Good morning everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel today. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Just a couple of things before I start this cute little card. I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. I've got lots of samples of my cards in there from my workshops and classes and any others that I make in between. My Facebook group is called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. You're welcome to hop in there. If you're not already a member in there, there's you can apply to go in. There's just a couple of questions that you need to answer. One is why you wish to join the group. I'd just like to know what everyone's interests are, and also that you agree to the rules. They're fairly simple rules. So just be aware that there are 2 questions to be answered. My YouTube channel, if you're watching today, it's called Creative Gems. Love you to subscribe. If you hit the subscribe button down below, it will, and if you hit the little bell once you've subscribed, it will notify you when I upload my videos. So I shall put this aside to give me a little bit more room. And this is the little cute little box that I'm making today. I have added a couple of features on it. One is this ribbon at the side to keep it closed, and it is called a carousel card. So it opens up like so. These 2 panels here are not stuck together so that it will stay open, and it'll go around like so. That will then end up the front of my card, and you can tie up a little bow at the side. You've got a little panel here at the back for writing on. Now I have prepped most of my pieces today. It's in 4 sections. I have pretty much completed 3 of them, and I'm going to show you just the one so it doesn't take so long for my video. I know I don't like a long video, so I'm hoping you'll stay with me till the end. I'm hoping to keep it as short as I can. The materials that you will need, and I've already got them prepped, most of them. My bases, now if you cut this from a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, I chose my cardstock colour first so that I knew I had a piece of 12 by 12. You can get the 4 bases out of one sheet of 12 by 12. They measure 6 by 6. If you're using your standard A4, you can only get 1 out of a sheet, so you will need to get 4 sheets out to make the card. So if you've got 12 by 12, which I've got a lot of different colours in that, some I don't buy them that often because I don't feel I need them, so that's 4 of those. I've got 1 left to finish off, which I've done the other 3. My mats on those, and I'll go through those with you. This is the mats for the last one. They are in this boho blue. They're 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and you'll need 10 excuse me, 10 of those altogether. And then the DSP on them excuse me, I'll just have a mouthful of water. The DSP I'm using is from the annual catalogue at the moment. It's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, and you'll need just 9 of those, and then another one which will be your writing panel. It's 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 as well. So I've already used the others on the prepping bits that I've done already. Then you will need 4 of these, sorry, cut on the diagonal. So there's 4 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I just cut them on the diagonal. If you've got a patterned paper, a directional paper, I kept the pieces together so that they weren't mixed up with the other 3 that you cut. So just be aware of that. If you've got patterns that you want to line up, keep them together, but you do cut them on the diagonal. And then some scrap cardstock for your greetings. 2 lengths of 7-inch ribbon for your little tie at the side. I've just done some of these for my panels. I've got 4 of those, which I've already decorated. I'll go through those when I put them onto the base. And some ribbon. I've chosen this Night of Navy, which it's got sort of a denim look. It's called bordered ribbon. It's in the annual catalogue at the moment as well. It went nicely. It's sort of faded in the middle and the darker edges, so it went nicely with that one. I do recommend a soft ribbon, so you can tie a bow at the side. So that's the ribbon, and I have got some embellishments there. I'll show you those in a minute, and we shall get started. All of these measurements will be in the description box of my video, and also the PDF will be in my Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group in the Files tab in there. You're welcome to join that group to get all the extra instructions and all from the PDF. So I'll put that aside. Now I shall show you, actually we'll go ahead and I'll show you in a minute what I've already prepped. But this one here, you're going to score in half. So it's 6 by 3, so I'm going to score it at 3 inches. Now you'll do this same scoring on all 4 pieces. So we've got it 3 inches, turn it and do 3 inches on the other side, and then on the diagonal. So we're going from that point to that point, just one diagonal score across from one side to the other. So that's that one there. Now choose a square that hasn't got a diagonal line through it, which is this one here or this one here, doesn't matter which. Put your left edge on the 2.5 inch mark, and you're going to score from this center score line down to the outside edge with this on 2.5 inches. So it's creating another score line. I'm lining it up there with that center score line, and just go down to the bottom. That will create a double score line there, but you must do it on this solid square, not on a square that's got the diagonal line on it. And then we're going to cut. We're going to cut up, we'll do this line first. You're going to cut on that last score line that you just did at the 2.5 inch mark. Cut it across to the that one, and then you're going to cut up to the center, right to the center, not just to that score line, right to the center point. And that will leave you with this panel here. You've got a little tab there, that's to join the whole thing together. But you're also going to notch that, and you need to notch it at a 45-degree angle, and I'll show you why when on both sides. I'll show you why in a minute when we put it together. So we can get rid of those little scraps. That piece is big enough to keep for something else. So then we'll fold and burnish on these. So the vertical and horizontal score lines, where's my bone folder? If I did get it out, here it is. They go into valley folds. Doesn't matter which way you fold them, because you can always go back the other way if you've got it wrong. But then the diagonal ones will come up into mountain folds. As you can see here, that's this one here. It'll come up into a mountain. So we'll burnish those. Then that little tab will slot in under there to make that cube. Not a complete cube, but two-sided cube. So I'm going to put tear and tape along this little piece here, and I do recommend tear and tape for a bit of strength to hold it all together. So I'll put that, I'll put it up close to the score line and trim that off, and I'll show you why you did that. You can trim it later if you haven't done a big enough angle on your tab. This will slot in under here. Just push it so that is, I go from this way and push it right up, butt up against that edge there, and press it down. When you flip it over, you'll see this here. If that cut there is not at a decent angle, it will go over the top of that score line, and you don't want that. So make sure you cut at that a deeper angle than normal on both sides. So that's that. Now we can push these pieces down, which I'll show you. I've done all of these 3, and I'll show you in a minute. You can see that's my diagonal pieces at the bottom, and I've got those other ones at the top. So I've done 3 of them just to make it a little bit quicker. And we shall put these on. I'm just going to use liquid glue for quickness, and so I've got a little bit of room to move because it's in a tight space there. So we want a little bit of wiggle room. Not too much glue that it will ooze out everywhere. Oh, and I've put that on the wrong side. How about that? We shall cut another piece. Want to start? That's a good start. It's okay. I've got another piece here that I can cut, which is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This is probably already 2 3/4 wide. Not quite. We'll go this way. 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Went ahead of myself there, gluing on the wrong side. Just double check that. Yes. Isn't it funny how you can do everything right, and then as soon as you start recording, it's wrong. So I'm going from that top edge to there. At least I'm showing you how I cut it. So we've got those two. Now we shall put some glue on the correct side, which is this side. Back on track. So these will just sit down the bottom. There's no mats behind these, and they just fit nicely in there with a tiny little border around the edges. I hope everyone is well. It's the beginning of March already. Only got another week or so, and we're off to Melbourne for on stage, so excited about that. So that's those 2 pieces in. A little bit of excess glue there. And these ones, these 2 are going on the inside, and one is going to be, wait on, we'll make sure we've got this right. That'll go, won't matter if it's up that side because it's going to get covered. Normally I would put this tab at the bottom, but me in my rush, it's still going to work. So it will go like that when you're finished. So these 2 pieces here, which is part of your 10 mats and 9 DSP, they will go one here and one here. Actually, there should be, oh no, they're all getting stuck. I think I'm one short actually. I might need to do another one, but we'll work that out in a sec. So I'll stick one down. They go on the inside. I think I should have had 3 left over. We'll work that out in a sec if I have to cut another one. I think I've cut the right amount. That one in there. These are not really directional. The flowers are sort of up and down all over the place. That one will go in there. Now we need to, I've got tape, you need to put tape on the backs of these. I've only done one, so it will go on all 4 sides. This is where it's going to get all held together in the middle, and then one across there. I should have another one on there. So that goes like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sticking that together. This one here, now that goes to the bottom. It's like a jigsaw. I should have another one of these, but I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. There's 2 stuck together. I thought I did the right amount. So we're back on track. We have got it right. So if you put your tear and tape on all around the edges, and I just put one across the middle. So that one there, I can swap those over so that we've got 2. It's just that I don't want tear and tape on all of them. We can do them as we go anyway. Those 2 will go together. And all I'm going to do is put liquid glue. I've got to make sure I've got enough for an opening. That will be, move that one over there. I'm trying to cover that one that I put the tab up here or up there. That's those. Those 2 will go together. This is the last one, which we will swap out that one and that one. No, we can't do that. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. That's okay. We'll be covering that. So we've got like that. So now I shall take the tear and tape backing off this one. So long as you leave 2 blank until the end where I would make sure you've got them all in the right position first before you stick them down. And I'm also going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the other side of this one here so that it's really stuck down, because it does get a lot of movement. So this is going here, but I'm going to put some liquid glue on this side so it will catch where the gaps are in the tear and tape. Doesn't need a real lot because it's got the tear and tape there as well. So push those 2 together like so. Just make sure, because I know I did one wrong, that your tabs are on the bottom. That one there is up the side. It's not going to matter with that one. And it probably doesn't matter because they're going to get covered anyway. But I tried to do it so the tabs were down the bottom. So that's those 2. That one will go on there, and this one will be where the opening is. So we can stick this one down. Take the backings off these. Just do one at a time if you're not sure. Lay them out where you need them to sit, and then put your tape on and your glue, and just go one at a time. So this one is going over here. So I'm going to put some liquid glue there. I think that's where they go. Yep, that one's going to go there. Just sit them down flat and they will easily line up all the way around. Give them a good press. Make sure they're even together. Like so. Now, this one, I'm going to put those 2. Those have got the diagonal line across, so I'm going to glue them together and make this my opening. And there's no tabs there showing. So one will go here. It doesn't matter which side you... I'm going to put my tear and tape on this piece while I've got it out and not trying to get into that other little corner. A little bit awkward. When I suggest you put your boxes together first, or before you can't really do them while they're flat. I know I did try on my template one, and if you try and do it while you're flat, you're not sure where your pieces are going to go. So I wouldn't suggest. I'd assemble the box part first with your tab across, and then put your your pattern paper and mats on, and then go from there putting it together. Normally a box is put together while it's like decorated while it's flat, but I wouldn't suggest that while you're doing this one. Just give those a good press down. Take the backing off that one. If you just go easy one at a time. Prep all your pieces first, much easier if you know what you want to do. Coordinate your colours. So this one is going like so, tucked into there. I'll put a bit of liquid glue on this one. You do have a diagonal score line on some of these, but it's easier than trying to work out which one you want the diagonal one on. It's better to just go straight across with your diagonal score and then cover it up after. It'll still sit correctly. So that's that. We'll just wait a minute for that to set. We can put this on this side, just push those together so they're nice and stuck. I don't think they'll come apart with all that adhesive in there. So one of these, it doesn't matter which side I put it, I'm going to put one on one side and the other is the writing panel. And I know, oh no, I can put my ribbon on next. The ribbon will go under these. It doesn't have to be on the outside. So I shall get that. Nearly forgot it. Where did I put the roll? Over here. Just leave that aside for a sec. It's about 7 inches I think I used. I'll go a little bit more. I prefer to use it on the roll while I'm working, but if you have to cut it first, that's fine. That's plenty for a bow. So I'm going to put a bit of, I shall put a strip of tear and tape on that. Wherever I've put it again, it's probably right in front of me. I seem to put things aside furthest away from me. Can anyone see it? I just had it a minute ago. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, it's right under the ruler where I just used. So about halfway, I'm just going to estimate this. On one side, on both sides, you'll put a piece. Getting a bit tacked up here. Piece on that side. I'll cut a piece off to start. And a piece over this side about halfway. If we get this around this way, it might be easier. Just eyeballing across from the other one. Take the backs off those. And then thread that out through there, like so. And then your panels will cover that over. We'll put a little bit more glue on this one because it's started to dry out a little bit. So glad I didn't forget the ribbon. It would have been a bit embarrassing. Normally, that's the main mistake most people I think make in crafting is you forget to put your ribbon down when you should. I hold workshops and classes, and the number of times the girls have said, "Oh, I forgot to put my ribbon down." So then they make do and add a bow instead of underneath something, or just put it on some different way. It doesn't have to go where it underneath something. You can always adjust it and put a little loop underneath a greeting or something like that. There's always a way to fix things. So this one will go over the top of that one, like so. That's your little writing panel. If you're like me, I don't do a lot of writing on a card. I'm sure people appreciate your message, whatever you put. So that's the bulk of the card. Now we've just got a little bit of decoration, which I put over here. I've done it a little bit different to the other one. You can just put all wording or greetings if you wish, but this one I've done one with wording, or that's going on the front, but these 4 are going inside. So I've got wishing you so much joy on this special day, and I'm going to put them flat because you don't want a lot of bulk inside where when you do up your bow, it's going to make it quite thick, so we don't really want that. Turn that up the right way. I did emboss these. They're die cut with the Stylish Shapes die. I stamped it first, then die cut it, and then I've embossed it. These are new, what are they called? Basic patterns, I think. They're the little narrow embossing folder. They're in the online exclusives at the moment. So very nice ones to use. Now I've got 1, 2, I've only got 4, so I'm going to put one on this side. I'll put it this way so that when you look at it, you've got a greeting and well, there's three pictures and 1 greeting, so it doesn't really matter where they go. You could put all greetings or all just images. This little teacup is out of one of the new stamp sets as well. It's in the mini catalogue. Love the little teacup. It has dies to cut it out as well. Actually, I don't know if it has got a die for that one. I think it might be just, well, I fussy cut it, so it might not have the die. That's 2. And then we'll go around this side. I might go this way over here, somewhere different. You could fill up all 8 spots, 2, 4, 6, or 6 on the card and then 2 in there. You could fill them all up, but I didn't want to do that. I want to show some of the pattern as well. And then 1 over this side. 1, 2. Where have we gone? 1, 2 that way, and we'll go over here. I didn't have any plans for having them any particular way. I forgot to turn my alarm off, so it's off now. So we'll put this one here. Just trying to balance them out a little bit. These are all Stampin' Up products, so they're all in different sets that I've used. Now we'll fold this up. You can see it's quite thick. If you don't want it as thick, you could leave your mats off and just put DSP on it by itself instead of the mats. But we're going to go, make sure I've got this the right way, that way, this way. So my bow is going to be on the other side. I've mucked that up a bit, but that's okay. We'll have a left-handed side bow. I'm going to put this one up on dimensionals. Some people are left-handed anyway, so it would suit. Just watch when you do that. I probably should have looked before I started to make sure my greeting's up the right way and in there, so that's good. But we'll go this way. Got a busy week this week, so I'm trying to prep a lot of stuff ahead of time for before I go to Melbourne. But that just fits nicely across there. And I did get some embellishments out to put on it as well. Just push that in there. And I've got these ombre matte decorative dots, and there's a Night of Navy in one of the colours, which part of the colours in the DSP are Night of Navy. I'll just do this bow up if I can and trim the ends. This is why you need a soft ribbon so it can easily tie a bow. Should have gone onto the front a bit more. We'll redo that one. Come over this way a bit. Not an easy job to do, tying a bow on camera, but we'll get there. Just trim the ends a little bit. Angle this end a little bit. So it's a bit different, it's the bow's on the other side, and I'll just put a couple of embellishments on the front here. I'm not putting any inside because it'll be too bulky. Stick one over here. Actually, I'll put it in the middle. And that is it. That didn't take too long if you do a lot of prepping beforehand. Hope you like that. That's my other one. Sits nicely when you open it for a display. I'll open this one up. The longer you leave it closed, the more it'll sit flat for you as well. And that's the other one. Two different colours. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for joining me again today, and I shall catch you all again next Monday. Have a lovely week. Bye for now.